If the North Koreans had done to us in the 1950s what we did to them, they would have killed 30 million Americans. So it was a savage bombing campaign. But the genius of Kim Il-sung and his son and his grandson is to use that savage campaign as a way of ensuring their own legitimacy. They say it's tough living in North Korea. This is the current argument. It's, you don't have a lot of electricity. Food supplies are not great. But we're protecting you from America. They're the biggest, baddest superpower in the world, and it's expensive to have a military and nuclear weapons and long-range missiles that can help provide the kind of robust deterrence that we need to keep you safe from those American bombers who killed your grandma.
I'm curious what your diplomatic strategy would be to bring back positive change or healthy relationships between Korea and the United States. And I'm also curious if the strategies between the fiction writer and the nonfiction writer would differ with regards to diplomatic relations.
Do you have a strategy?
Well, the biggest human rights problem in North Korea is hunger. And if that's resolved, then North Korea could follow the model of China, which is not exactly Jeffersonian democracy, but it's much better in terms of human rights and general quality of life than what they have now.
Here's how bad my idea is. It has to do with sending literature to North Korea, which is not, I'll grant it, a good idea. But there's a lot of reasons that this is the most durable Stalinist regime in the world and why they're still there. But change is happening, and it's coming through technology. Park Sang-hak is floating balloons with DVDs into North Korea. Kang Chol-won is smuggling in thumb drives and DVDs. And North Korea is kind of getting flooded with movies. Things like South Korean Wikipedia. Imagine the knowledge of a nation made by its people, editable by its people, and it's not an official version, But one of the things I discovered, and I'm saying this because we're in a room full of book people, in writing my book, was that there isn't literature in North Korea. The Gayagyeom became illegal, and the Taegum flute became illegal. And you had to read Japanese literature, and then there was no literature. And so they lost connection with their own stories a century ago. And if you think about the Soviet Union, it's a heterogeneous society with lots of cultures. You could choose to look to the writers of the past, right? You maybe had to do it secretly, for how they handled adversity. You could choose to be a writer at your peril, but the choice existed. Solzhenitsyn wrote in the gulags and got literature out of that experience. And no novel has ever made it out of North Korea.